Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraq dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comments section. Good luck. Now, let's proceed with the latest Iraq dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. All right, family, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following Iraq's monetary reform closely, you'll want to pay attention to this one, because the latest intel is connecting dots we've been waiting on for years. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay until the end. I've got a final analysis that'll make a lot of things click about where we really are in this RVRI process. Now, here's what we're seeing unfold, and it's big. First, Mountain Goat lays out the clearest roadmap yet, confirming that deleting the zeros is just step one before the real FOREX reinstatement. Then we've got reports from Frank 26 suggesting that U.S. Treasury approval may already be in place for Iraq to move toward a 1-to-1 exchange rate. A major green flag if true. Add to that MarkZ's update about the UN Secretary General, U.S. officials, and major bankers all in Baghdad, and you start to see that something significant is being prepared behind the scenes. And finally, Clare's article has Iraq's prime minister saying they're not asking for aid anymore. They're asking for investment and partnership. That's the posture of a country ready to stand on its own 2 feet. It's all coming together, the alignment, the timing, the confidence. Let's break it all down and see how these updates fit into the bigger picture of Iraq's revaluation and reinstatement timeline. Let's get into the updates. From Newshound, Intel Guru Mountain Goat, question: when does our real RV nominal rate come out? The big rate we all want, such as $3.81 or $4, as we are told, might be the rate. From Mountain Goat, the project to delete the zeros is only the first step of the process to get to FOREX, and the dinar is still solely pegged to the dollar. It is to collect all the larger notes and issue the lower denominations. This is the purpose of this step. The CBI will be very concerned about inflation afterwards, and so they told us there will be a period of time before they move to the next step. The next step is the reinstatement onto FOREX. The peg will change, and the IQD will be repegged to a basket of currencies that will allow it to change drastically higher. This is how we get the rate we want. This is when we go exchange. From Intel Newshound Guru MarkZ via PDK, we do know the UN Secretary General arrived in Iraq and is still there. This is on top of all the US representatives and banking representatives that are already there. There's a lot going on in Iraq. Ask yourself why. From Intel Guru. Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report from Omar. Multiple sources claim Iraq has received U.S. Treasury permission to move towards a 1-to-1 exchange rate with the U.S. dollar. As exciting as that is, and possibly very true, we do not have official confirmation of this yet. What's officially confirmed? We have all the experts suggesting this is where we're going. The current official rate remained 30.20 IQD per USD as per the IMF and CBI updates. Salah stated the market remains stable under current controls. From Newshound Guru Militia Man, article, Prime Minister sponsors the singing of the ceremony with the mechanisms for the water cooperation agreement between Iraq and Turkey. Water is a very big deal. Historic oil deal done. Historic water deal done. Now, are we going to watch for a historic revaluation? The CBI deputy governor has talked about removal of zeros again. Alak is confirming that. Also, they talk about not floating the currency because it would be a peg or a managed peg, managed float. They have different names. From Newshound guru Clare, New York Post article. Iraqi PM, let us join in America's peaceful prosperity and help calm the Middle East. Quote, Iraq now seeks a partnership rooted in economic opportunity. We need investment, jobs, and access to markets, while the United States brings leading expertise in technology, energy, and agriculture, along with unmatched investment capacity. By combining Iraq's natural wealth with America's innovation, both nations stand to benefit. That is why Iraq does not seek aid, but investment. Partnerships that generate sustainable opportunity. A relationship once defined by war must now be redefined by prosperity. From Newshound/Intel Guru, FNU-LNU. The Iraq-Britain Business Council, IBBC, will be held December 3 to the 4 at the Millennium Hotel. Attendees will meet and connect with leading businesses shaping Iraq's future in finance, energy, maritime infrastructure, innovative technologies, and education. This is how the Iraqi economy will diversify and rebuild for the future. They have been at it for 15 years now, so how much longer do people think it's going to take to hit a benchmark so the RV can happen? The IMF says 1 to 2 years more time is needed. From Guru Nutter, from the Mideast, I saw this article. This is the third time I see it in 1 year. They keep talking about. It's about how much money there is in the street. They say 92 trillion dinars on the street, and they don't know how to get them to the banks. A lot of these trillions are outside the country. We have them. They're everywhere. United States, Canada, Europe, everywhere. The only way to get this trillions out of the streets, it's by changing the currency and changing their rate. That's the only way they can get this 92 trillion dinars out of the streets. That's exactly what's going to happen soon. From Intel Guru Frank 26. These are the sequential steps we look for. We know what's going on with gold. We know what's going on with their inflation. When inflation goes down and your gold reserves climb up like that, that is the formula to add value to a nation's currency. The steps, the proof, the evidence you're seeing is not for a sanctioned program rate. From Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram. The Kuwaiti dinar is worth $3.81, the highest valued currency against the US dollar in the world. Iraq produces 4 million barrels of oil per day. Kuwait only produces 2.7 million barrels per day. Iraq produces more oil than Kuwait, yet Kuwait's currency is the highest valued currency in the world against the US dollar. There's something wrong here. This is one of the reasons IQD investors believe in the IQD revalue or adjustment. But we have to take into account the overprinting of the money. From Newshound Guru Caparoni, article, Iraqis hoard trillions of dinars, weakening banks. Before ending with few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is permission. Comment down below which updates you like, think is valuable, or get you most excited. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From Intel Newshound Guru MarkZ via PDK, article, Trump's envoy to Iraq declares Iraq is back, hailing renewed U.S. role in Baghdad's sovereignty drive. The new envoy is officially there and working. Make Iraq great again. How do you make it great again? Increasing Iraq's purchasing power. From Newshound Guru Militia Man, sometimes the news isn't always what it sounds like. It's sometimes meant for a purpose, and sometimes they don't quite tell the whole story. They downplay it, which I think part of the process. And finally, the last update is from Intel Guru Frank 26. Question, how many dinars are outside of Iraq? It's not important. It's not even important to the CBI. If you added up all the dinars individuals have purchased, it wouldn't even add up to a pimple on the back of an elephant's butt. But if you added up all the countries and all the reserves and banks that have traded the dinar for their currency, that's astronomical. All right, guys. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for sticking around. Before I jump into my final thoughts, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming breakdowns. Because what's happening right now in Iraq isn't just noise. This feels like the real setup before something major unfolds. Now that we've gone through all the updates, let's zoom out and really look at what they mean together. When you piece together what Mountain Goat, Frank26, MarkZ, and Clare are saying, it paints a very specific picture. Iraq's not stalling anymore. It's positioning. Let's start with Mountain Goat, and honestly, she broke it down better than anyone. The project to delete the zeros isn't the RV itself, it's the foundation. This step is about collecting the large 3-0 notes, issuing new lower denominations, and controlling inflation so the economy can handle the next move, the FOREX reinstatement. That's when the dinar repegs to a basket of currencies and finds its real market value, potentially in that $3.80 to $4 range everyone keeps mentioning. She's basically saying the engine is built, now we're warming it up before taking off. Then you've got Frank 26's update, which honestly raised eyebrows. He mentioned reports that Iraq might have already received U.S. Treasury permission to move toward a 1-to-1 exchange rate. Now, that's not publicly confirmed, but it tracks with everything we've seen. The CBI's reserves are held in New York, and the U.S. Treasury has been guiding Iraq through compliance updates, digital banking reforms, and IMF checkpoints all year. If that green light was quietly given, it means Iraq's not waiting for approval anymore. They're in execution prep mode. Then MarkZ's report ties that coordination to visible action. The UN Secretary General, top U.S. officials, and international banking reps are all in Baghdad right now. That's not a coincidence. That's global oversight before a major policy shift, just like we saw with Kuwait before it reinstated its dinar. High-level presence like that usually means one thing: systems are ready and leadership is confirming timing. And finally, Clare's article adds the emotional side. Iraq's prime minister publicly saying the country no longer wants aid, it wants investment. That's confidence talking. You don't shift your language from survival to sovereignty unless your financial foundation is rock solid. Iraq now has 18 months of reserve coverage, a 55% gold increase, ISO certification, and banking reforms that are moving out from under US dollar restrictions. That's not speculation, that's readiness. So in my opinion, we're no longer guessing. We're watching the CBI move from preparation to activation. The education campaigns are starting, the talk about lower denominations is public, the infrastructure is in place, and international coordination is active. Whether this goes live before or after the elections doesn't change the direction. Iraq's already locked in. They've built the compliance, the liquidity, and the partnerships to make the dinar globally recognized again. That's my final take. We're not waiting for confirmation anymore. We're watching the final countdown unfold right in front of us. Moreover, we posted a breaking news the other day. Iraq just made a major move that directly ties into the central bank's long-awaited project to delete the zeros, signaling a major step toward monetary reform. Deputy Governor Omar Khalaf confirmed new details that could mark the start of Iraq's transition into a stronger, more stable currency system. While this might sound like just another financial update, it's actually one of the clearest indications yet that Iraq is preparing for the next stage of the RV or RI process. In this video, I explained what this statement means, how it connects to Iraq's exchange rate strategy, and why this moment could represent the beginning of the end for the 1300 program rate. Most people will overlook it, but once you understand what's behind this announcement, you'll realize how close Iraq may be to pulling the trigger. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword, and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye!